New technologies are changing the face of legal services. It has enabled greater collaboration, personalisation, and the development of innovative products. CMS is in the midst of this change. The legal firm believes an innovative mindset is essential in helping clients navigate and prepare for the future. I'm Olivia Kinghorst, and I'm here in Davos to speak with Duncan Weston, Executive Partner at CMS. Duncan, it's lovely to have you join us here in beautiful Davos. Now, I want to put you in the hot seat first. Are lawyers behind when it comes to new technologies?
Olivia, I knew you were going to start with that kind of question because lawyers have this reputation of being a bit dopey, but I have to say, I think it's a bit of a myth, to be honest with you. I mean, our whole business is around technology. Our word processing is the most advanced in the world, and we have actually got too much technology. Law firms are producing so much of it, and really the challenge for us is how do we use it and how do we use it in a smart fashion. So we've got to think about what technology actually does for our clients, and then what value can it bring for the business of law. So
can you actually share how you are being smart about technology and how it's helping CMS as well as your clients?
Absolutely. So I would break this down into two categories. One is sort of what I call the internal stuff, which is really around what law firms do internally to operate their business. And we spent 4 years sort of reviewing this with clients, getting their feedback on this. And what we found out categorically was it's more about the delivery model than about the legal advice itself. So we designed and we invented and founded this legal technology, which was 4 years in the making now, but it was really a consortium of law firms from all over the world to put together a technology. It's still the only industry platform for the whole industry, built by lawyers for lawyers, which allow us to manage our transactions with our clients in one place. So not all over the place, but we brought all the technologies together to try and make that delivery more seamless and more efficient for clients. And so that was kind of a major change in the industry, and I also think that it helped with the sort of advent of Teams and other collaboration tools, which has sort of really enhanced our delivery model. The second internal piece, which is really important nowadays, is the sort of security aspects of data. So we spend a huge amount of time, effort, money, investment on protecting our clients' data, and there's a whole euphoria of sort of cyber attacks going on in the legal industry right now, and so we have to really work very hard because we have to be a bastion, we have to be secure, we cannot let that data out. So that's a really important internal part of our investment in technology. But I guess the external, the market-facing piece is just very well developed as well, and almost the service of law has transformed in the last few years to address all these very complex technology needs that the clients have. They're also going through digital transformation, they've got cyber attack, they've got all these sort of things, and it's all regulated, it's regulated in different parts of the world, and someone's got to help them through that mess. And I guess also, even it's just sort of analysing and reviewing their technology or their data, more to the point, their data, as to what do they do with it, do they outsource, do they insource, just how do they operate their businesses. And on the back of that, we develop these sort of more personalised applications, CMS litigation, CMS regulatory hubs, the green assessment hub, so we can actually work very closely with clients within their legal departments on really specific issues that they're having to address on a global basis.
A lot of examples that you've illustrated there, and it seems that you don't want to be too overwhelmed by technology but want to make sure you're using it efficiently. Currently, CMS is working with some of the world's most digital companies. Why is this innovative mindset and DNA so important to CMS?
You know, I would say to start this by saying that the world is changing so rapidly for everybody. I mean, my God, it's moving at a pace. So the lawyers have to scramble around to keep up. And one of the ways we do this is through really partnering with our clients, working very closely with them. We act for 9 of the 10 largest technology suppliers in the world. And we try to work together with them to find solutions for their needs. I guess the most obvious one is the co-pilot project that we're working with Microsoft. This is the new generative AI project. We are one of the only representatives of the legal industry in that project, testing the technology to see how it can work within the industry. So that's the way we would kind of do it. From that, we learn a lot about our industry, and we implement innovations within our industry to help us supply services to the law firms. And so I think that partnering with our business is essential. And then I guess we invest in technology, a huge amount of time and money. So we have partnerships with education institutions, IMD, St. Gallen's, where we teach people about technology. The new lawyers coming into the industry, we have to teach them, and really kind of create a kind of mindset with innovation. It's not, innovation is one of those very broad words, it could mean just about anything. What we try and do is an iterative process. It's like a river, it keeps flowing, and we build it into all the education systems, all the client partnering relationships we have, etc. And that's how we create that innovation mentality within the legal profession. And we're not alone. There's lots of innovation going on.
Let's actually take this one step further. Why is technology becoming increasingly important, especially when it comes to the development of a global strategy?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, CMS is effectively a global law firm with lots of gaps, and the type of super specializations that clients are facing today, really tricky, complex issues in the ESG, cyber, digital, supply chains, sanctions, all these global issues are facing them. So law firms, it's an industry that's quite fragmented, and law firms are struggling to be able to do that around the world. So my objective, and again after a huge amount of client research and together with clients, is I'm promoting this concept of a global legal organisation, which is an organisation of law firms. I call it the best the world has to offer. We bring them all together and we create this what we call global mindset, which is basically strength and depth in each of these core markets together with a global perspective, so the clients can get the best of both worlds. And that's really driven, or can be driven now. It's possible due to technology, because before it's very hard to communicate with law firms in all these places at different time zones, different languages. And what technology is enabling us to do is to bring all these firms together, so we
under
all
one
work
roof.
together, under one roof, exactly. And the ultimate goal would be to build an organisation which can then effectively partner with large technology suppliers to allow us to invest more heavily into technology, so we can really create what I call an ecosystem of law, where we're working with lots of suppliers together with law firms around the world to provide a much better service to clients. And that's the end game. So technology, again, is so important there.
You said the world is rapidly changing, we know that, but the world also continues to face a lot of pressures. And if we look at war, hunger, poverty, they're still out there. So how are you trying to help clients prepare for the world of tomorrow?
Well, you know, this is a massive area. I mean, there's the things I've talked about in terms of, you know, providing this global legal service, really delving down into those really tricky, complex areas across the globe. And I think that's what all law firms are doing. And then there's this idea of changing our business model. They're trying to make ourselves more global. We're not a fragmented business. We are not all over the world. We've got bits and bobs everywhere, but trying to bring all that together. I think that's a fundamental part of the future of law firms and how they service their clients. But I would also go one step further in this, and one of my sort of great ambitions is also to recognise the importance of the rule of law itself and the access to justice. And this is a kind of one of, you know, the UN's Global Growth Initiatives, number 16. It's one of their goals is to create access to justice and to promote the rule of law. And I think that there's a voice for law firms here. We're kind of hidden away, busy all the time, but lawyers have got to step up, I think, and help formulate what's going to happen in the future by addressing some of these issues around the rule of law. And I'm very excited about the CMS initiative, which is founded by a great lady, Penelope Warren's our senior partner in London, and she's, with the help of the World Bank and the law societies in the UK and France, has brought together 40 of the law societies from around the world. They've formed a formal compact and forum for discussion. And really their initiative is to try and create a voice for law and to enhance that message, you know, globally. And you know, the use of technology to enable that is really important, because you've got all these law societies which are not necessarily the most technology-wise organisations, and then you've got to give them, again, a plug-and-play way to collaborate and share information in a secure environment. So again, we would increase that with Lupal. And it's interesting, Loophole has been adopted by the Singapore Minister of Law. So he's adopted the technology, he's sponsored it, he's given us grants to develop it, and he's now even implemented into their university curriculum so that all students going through law have to learn how to use this technology to collaborate with other lawyers and other suppliers in the industry. So this is where technology can really enhance and help this voice for the rule of law. And I'm very excited about that.
Duncan, you've said increasingly that lawyers need a bigger voice. The theme of WEF this year at Davos is all about rebuilding trust. Where do you think lawyers fit into this picture?
You know, I'm a great advocate of the legal industry, and I really believe that if in Davos this year, if we're talking about rebuilding trust, changing the world for the better, I really think the foundation, what makes the world go round, is the law, and so I think that the law has a huge role to play, and it needs a bigger voice in today's world amongst all the political, geopolitical issues that are going on. So, you know, my ambition would be to have this global organisation enabled by fantastic technology, and then to develop and promote the rule of law to make the world a better place.
Well, Duncan, let's hope that comes to life very soon. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and your thoughts and for joining us today.
Olivia, thank you very much. Thank you.